For those people who don't know, this is the dialogue body language reading. This is Madeleine McCann's father, so Catholic father, Father Haynes Hubbard, and he's talking about how they are in his congregation and what he feels and how they're helping out with the lost child or the kidnapped child. Let's have a look at his body language. This is from a Patreon viewer who requested this, and I think a few others have actually looked at this too. So let's have a look.
And I think, now, I can't speak their feelings, but I think what they find what they need from this church, the building and the people in it.
Okay, so right there was a pull down of the right-hand side of the lip, pull down. It means he's not sure. Let's have a look at that in slow motion.
In it is the sense.
So he's not sure of what he's saying. Now, the voice can say one thing, the intention can say one thing, but the body's saying another thing. So what he's really thinking is coming out through his facial expressions and his micro expressions. I can't see the full body, so it'd be great to see the rest of the body. But this is what I see from his face only.
They need from this church, the building and the people in it, is the sense that Madeleine's not forgotten.
Okay, so he's nodding his head. That's congruent, the sense that Madeleine is not forgotten. So far, so good.
She's not simply another missing child, that she is we've not met her yet.
Sorry about that, it's gone all fuzzy. I don't know why.
But that she's a little girl who has a name and a personality and a family, and that this church and the people who gather here will gather tomorrow night.
Now, he was shaking his head all the way through that. So this little girl had a name and a duh and a duh and a duh. So he is shaking his head, which is incongruent. It's kind of, what is he really trying to say behind that? I can't actually read his mind, but I'm just thinking, I need to dig deeper with this man. Why is he shaking his head as he's talking about her? So it's a little odd at the moment.
Who gather here will gather tomorrow night. Have for the past 5 years remembered that. We're in this with them. Not that we can feel their pain.
Okay, let's go back and have a look at this. I can see a little bit of contempt when he talks about pain and his head is shaking. There's regret. He's not really forthcoming. That's what I find quite interesting about this.
In this with them. Not that we...
Did you see that? There was a head swipe, so he's in this with them. Regret, contempt, head swipe, which means it's a critical yes. So either he's critical of it or he recognises other people are critical of trying to find the girl, Madeleine McCann, coming out there.
Feel their pain, but we can walk in.
We can feel their pain, which means you can't. So his body's saying we can't feel their pain.
Their pain is perhaps. They're determined to make this work. This.
Really? Because your body's telling me something different. Let's have a look at that again.
To make this work.
Now he also took a pause. So when you pause, you're really thinking about what you're having to say. It's not coming off straight off the bat, which tells me, why is he really thinking about this? That's what I'm thinking.
This effort to find their daughter, and so
and there's a head coming back, so he's putting away from the issue.
When they come to visit us, they're not tragic figures.
And that's congruent so far, yep.
Full of pathos. They're full of...
They're not full of pathos, and he had a bit of contempt here.
Determination. And news about their family. They've got 2 beautiful children.
2 beautiful children. Yeah, you have 3. They had 3. Shoulders went up. He's not sure. Again, I see someone with an over-exaggerated face or facial expressions to get across the point. I mean, it's not deception per se, but sometimes when we do that and we overdo it, we're trying to cover for something else. I don't really see him covering up for too much here, so I don't think there's anything sinister going on with this guy, but I just see that even he thinks that there's issues in regard to the missing girl.
3. I mean, except one they haven't seen for 5 years. So no, they're not tragic figures. They're determined parents.
Congruent.
Who are waiting for their child to be found.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Who are waiting for their child to be found. He had a tick in his eye. Look at that again.
Who are waiting for their child to be found.
A little bit of a tick there. So he's actually critical. And he had squished up eyes or narrowing of the eyes, which can actually mean that he's actually critical of the situation.
We as a family and we as a congregation.
We as a congregation, so he's speaking for the congregation, but he's not sure if he's speaking for the congregation because he did a head swipe.
And this building as a church. Absolutely. We're all...
Again, we've got pulling back of the jaw here. He's not sure.
We're Madeline's home.
No. There's a number of things. So there's a gap there. There's the shaking of the head. There's the pulling back of the jaw here. And there's his arms are actually folded in front of him. There's a cluster. So he's not sure of this. Let's have a look at that again.
We're Madeline's home here.
What he's saying is we're not Madeline's home. So obviously maybe a subconscious part of this man thinks that the child is never going to come back. Who knows if he thinks she's been murdered or if the McCanns have anything to do with it. We'll have a look at the rest.
Kaiser comes back to her 5 years on and nothing's changed. Their daughter's still missing and they're not moving aside. The path is dead straight for them.
No, your voice is saying something and your body's saying something different. It's incongruent.
We're using the same service they are. My wife's doing it. They've got a service in Rothley and we'll have one here.
Again, not sure. Pulling back and pursing of the lips. He's holding back.
It's a service of hope. It's a service of determination.
Okay. There's a service of hope. I don't believe it. Also, there's a bit of disgust that came up in his nose. Hope and disgust for some reason.
It's a service of hope. It's a service of determination.
Determination with a little bit of disgust. I don't understand why that would be there.
Service of perseverance. It's a service of solidarity.
Congruent.
Everybody knows that 5 years on, the likelihood is pretty slim.
Contempt. Right there. So he's in contempt of the fact that she's not coming back. Again.
See, everybody knows that 5 years on, the likelihood is pretty slim. Who cares if everybody knows? We don't believe that.
Again, contempt. Yeah, that's congruent.
I mean, in a sense. So.
Touching the face and elongated closing of the eyes is insecurity and hiding.
So it's at a silly time of night, in a cold and should be warm Algarve, that 5 years on, nothing's changed, we're still hoping. And still determined to hope.
No, they're not.
And that's an act of will, not an natural act. That's an act of will to say.
Notice how he's soothing himself? So he knows that probably she's not coming back, so he's soothing himself because he's not quite telling his truth at the moment.
We will continue to hope rather than we just hope by accident.
Okay, part of him wants to hope for it, but part of him knows it's not happening.
And I think that's important. When they do come, they've tended, I think, to stay with us, and, well, it's just natural. They're friends of ours.
Interesting. I kind of read something different from friends of ours.
It's just natural. They're friends of ours.
Not sure.
They stay with us. And they come, because Kate needs to see the place where she last saw her daughter.
I don't know what he said there, but something about Kate, and there's a little bit of contempt. So my overall conclusion of Father Haynes Hubbard is that he knows that the little girl's not coming back, that they're still looking for her, and he says he's still on their side. He's unsure about that. That's what I see from him. Do I see that there's something really sinister with this man? No, I don't. But I do see that he's on their side, and yet subconsciously not. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is the diary.